Hello everyone, welcome to OliTrey's Fun Facts. I know most people have been questioning the shape of the Earth since flat Earth theorists became more vocal and the movement started gaining ground. All we know about the Earth, that it is sphere-shaped and orbits the Sun, is being contradicted by these questions. About 3 years ago, a flat Earth believer launched himself into space in a homemade rocket with the aim of disproving the round Earth theory. The growth and visibility of flat Earth theories could be attributed to what is becoming known as our society's post-fact, post-truth era, whereby the untruth, repeated enough times, becomes truth by groupthink. These theories, however, existed even long before the 2016 election cycle and have outlasted counterarguments from Aristotle, Ferdinand Magellan, NASA, and most rational-thinking humans. Most often, the debate over the shape of the Earth devolves to proving negatives, with the emphasis on demonstrating that something is not true rather than proving that it is. Indeed, it should be the responsibility of flat Earth proponents to explain why their theories are true and to back up their statements with scientific evidence. Fortunately, there is actual evidence that indicates Earth is globular for every theory about why it might be flat. Here is a bunch of such evidence that OliTrey presents to you to help you ascertain this fact. You do not necessarily have to spend $1 million to get into space to realize this. 1. Watch a sunset. Locate a spot where you can observe the sunset. Let us name this spot A. Ideally, you would have a clear horizon in front of you, and behind you would be some sort of elevated point that you can quickly access, such as a building, hill, or a tree. Watch the sunset from point A. Once the sun is out of sight, quickly rush over to point B. It will be observed that the sun is seen above the horizon at spot B with the higher elevation. The rationale for this is that if Earth were flat, the sun would not have been visible at any elevation once it had set. The sun will come back into one's line of sight because it is round. For those of you that do not have access to a hill, you could watch the sunset while lying down on your stomach and then standing up to obtain a better view. 2. Watch a ship sail off to sea. It is true that it is impossible to see the curvature of the Earth without being in the sky. However, a demonstration of it can be seen if you visit a harbor or any place with a wide open view of the water. If you happen to see a ship sail away to sea, keep an eye on its mast and flag as it fades away into the distance. It will be noticed that the ship does not fade off into the distance at all. Instead, you will see its mast and flag appear to slowly sink. The ship sailed past the spot where you would see it. You can even take a pair of binoculars with you so that you can see even farther off into the distance just to be sure. It will look as if you are watching it go over to the other side of a hill. 3. Measure shadows across the country. Choose 2 locations that are at least a couple of 100 miles apart and on the same meridian. Take 2 equal length sticks or dowels or other objects and 2 tape measures. Also, ask a friend to join you. Each of you will take 1 stick/dowel/object and 1 tape measure to your location. Stick the object into the ground and measure the shadow. Note that you will need to take both measurements at the same time of day for accuracy purposes. If you compare your notes with that of your friend, you will realize that one shadow will be longer than the other. If the Earth were flat, each person's shadow would be the same length. This means that the sun hits one part of Earth at one angle and another part of Earth at a different angle, even at the same time of day, due to the Earth's curvature. 4. Travel through, or even within, different time zones. The curvature of the Earth becomes partially apparent at a height of 35,000 feet with a less than 60-degree field of view and is more easily seen at an elevation of 50,000 feet, according to a 2008 publication in Applied Optics by David K. Lynch. You will thus be able to view the curvature of the world with your own 2 eyes if you are on the right commercial flight. You can still experience the curvature of the Earth another way if you are not high enough though. For instance, you would find that it would be nighttime in part of the world and daytime in another part if you were to fly all the way around the world. In that way, the existence of time zones itself is proof that the Earth is round. Another way is since time zones are wide enough that you will see the sun rising and or setting later in the western part of a time zone than in the eastern part. You would not necessarily have to travel through different time zones. According to the Farmer's Almanac, the sun will rise and set roughly 4 minutes later for every 70 miles you drive from east to west. 5. Climb a tree. Imagine a large plain with only one tree in the center. Your vision would extend exactly as far while standing at the base of the tree as it would when at the top of the tree if the Earth were to be flat. However, as you climb higher, your line of sight will extend further out to the horizon. Because of the shift in your position, Areas of the Earth that were previously hidden by its curvature will now be visible. 6. Watch a lunar eclipse. Solar eclipses receive all of the attention, but if you catch a peek at a lunar eclipse, you can see proof that the Earth is truly round. This is how it works. The Sun projects Earth's shadow onto the Moon in the night sky as the Earth passes between the Moon and the Sun. A partial lunar eclipse is most likely something you have witnessed without even realizing it. If the Moon appears orange, it is a sign of a lunar eclipse. 7. Last but not the least is Google International Space Station photos. Just look at some of the photos and you'll be amazed by what you see. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you like this video. Also, don't forget to hit on the notification button to always be notified when we upload more fun videos with similar content.